finally, Bree, do something about it.
Here's a look back at the history of an illegal dump that sits right over the northern aquifer, Guam's main source of drinking water. It was in 2004 a notice of violation was issued against Joseph Taitano for running an illegal dump in Yigo. In 2007, he was still running the illegal operation. Matter of fact, Guam EPA took these pictures as evidence, clearly showing Taitano was backfilling an old quarry with green waste, white goods, junk vehicles and parts, metallic waste, as well as construction and demolition debris. 4 years after that NOV was issued, in January 2008, our KUAM reporter at the time and videographer caught the illegal dump operation still in full swing.
I'm Joseph.
But you don't know what's happening here? It looks like he's dumping to me.
Yeah, it looks like.
Do you know what he's dumping?
I don't know.
Are you running an illegal dump site operation out here?
I don't know, man.
9 months after that interview, and because of an anonymous tip the agency received that construction debris from a project at the Guam International Airport was being dumped there, Guam EPA investigators in September 2008 went back to Taitano's dump and took additional pictures, clearly showing how the illegal dump was allowed to grow over the years and, more importantly, right over the northern aquifer, Guam's main source of drinking water.
Guam EPA is really concerned about any type of illegal dumping in the northern part of the island because it's made up of limestone, and limestone water travels right through limestone, and that's our drinking water source. And so, you know, if you contaminate the northern Guam lens, there's no telling what can happen.
Fast forward, and now 6 years after the notice of violation was issued, Guam EPA was back at the illegal dump site, and they were joined by the Guam Fire Department and Guam Homeland Security to respond to a deep-seated dump fire. The fumes and concern over air quality prompted Yigo Mayor Robert Lizama to call on then-governor at the time, Felix Camacho, to declare a state of emergency.
With the heavy smoke that's happening there, you know, I mean, since Tuesday evening on to this day, my people are getting irritated, of course, and they're being inconvenient.
That state of emergency was declared, and for nearly 2 weeks, the illegal dump fire continued to burn, forcing nearby residents to be evacuated and taxpayers' dollars footing the bill to handle the crisis. Guam EPA spokesperson at the time, Jerry Cruz, warned of further action.
That's another action that the landowner is going to have to answer to. I mean, you have a burning fire at an illegal pit that it wasn't even supposed to be operating in the first place.
Throughout 2010, talks were tabled, were behind closed doors, and then turned to discussion of a settlement between Gov Guam and Taitano. Liz Cruz was the acting administrator of Guam EPA in August 2010.
We were talking about some kind of fencing or some kind of parameter to prevent people from going there again, as well as possibly some kind of notice in the paper, whatever, saying this is not a permitted hardfill site. Don't go here. And under our regulations, if we find or know about the individuals that do dump there, we will be able to do litigation against them.
It's now 7 years after the notice of violation was issued against Taitano. Tammy Jo Anderson Taft is back at Guam EPA as its spokesperson. This was her comment in September.
With the Taitano case, we're still working with that case, and it's going through the process of a notice of violation right now.
A process that's taken almost a decade. The Guam EPA this Thursday will hold a special hearing at 5:30 p.m. to discuss the appeal Taitano has filed against that NOV, first issued back in 2004.